Hi everyone, welcome to our program. Today is my honor to have attention Mr. Osman Diong, Country Director of World Bank in Vietnam. First of all, thank you for joining our program today.
My pleasure.
The good news for Thái Nguyên is that at the end of June,
Yes.
World Bank has approved a loan of 80 million USD to improve the quality of key urban infrastructure in the northern city of Thái Nguyên.
Right.
So could you please to tell me about the reason why Thái Nguyên was selected to be one of the provinces supported by the project of dynamic city integrated development? Yes, and your judgment about the capacity of Thái Nguyên in implementing this project.
First, I believe that the title of the project, Dynamic Cities, fits very well with Thái Nguyên. Thái Nguyên is really a dynamic city. And Thái Nguyên have really a very, very strong, innovative, but also a very open and transparent government. And I think that leadership has been extremely key on the way through which this project have also landed in Thái Nguyên. And we are very glad, we are happy really to support Thái Nguyên in this project. The project will really aim of helping Thái Nguyên to improve its infrastructure through better access roads, through better sanitation, through kindergartens, but also looking at integrated planning so that the city can have a vision through which the planning of investment, the capacity of hosting, but also the modernization of its administration are all interlinked. This is what makes a city a smart city. So we believe that Thái Nguyên deserve, to be among the path of projects, and cities who can take a project like this. But in addition to that, what is also important when you look at it from this perspective of this project is Thái Nguyên was among a number of other cities, to run for this project. And today Thái Nguyên have been the first one.
Yeah.
Thái Nguyên have been the first one. And I want to congratulate people of Thái Nguyên, the leadership of Thái Nguyên, and they should be very proud. Yeah. I believe by being the first one, they have demonstrated commitment, they have demonstrated leadership, and they have also demonstrated a sense through which they want to invest. What is going to make Thái Nguyên province a center of excellence in attracting business. And you can only attract business when you have good governance, when you have way of processing, when you have infrastructure, but also when you have a livable city. And we believe that with the implementation, we believe in the capacity of Thái Nguyên. This is not the first project which Thái Nguyên is implementing. They have already an initial experience through the Northern Mountain urban project for result-based. And I think through that project, they have already acquired some experiences. We believe in continuation to this, they will be able to take the challenge of successfully implementing this project, and the World Bank will be ready to accompany Thái Nguyên on the implementation path of this project.
And in your opinion, what does Thái Nguyên need to pay attention to when implementing the project of dynamic city integrated development?
This is extremely important because at the core of all of this will be implementation. Timely implementation, quality implementation, quality of supervision to make it a successful project. But I want to thank the leadership of Thái Nguyên for being very proactive on moving forward this project. But also to thank the central government line ministries, starting with the State Bank of Vietnam, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Planning and Investment MPI, the Office of the Government of the Prime Minister, but also the Office of the President. All of them have worked in a very collaborative and effective manner to make this project to be approved in a record time. So they deserve all the credits. Now, moving forward, Thái Nguyên need to pay attention on a number of aspects. First and foremost, it will be extremely important that the leadership of Thái Nguyên continue to work very closely with the central government agencies, including the Ministry of Planning and Investment, MPI, to make sure that on the upcoming MTIP, which is, the Medium-Term Investment Plan, 2016-2020, that this project of Thái Nguyên, the dynamic cities, is being within the MTIP. That is going to provide the opportunity to have enough allocation of resources so that the project can start on time. That is point number one. Second point, which will be extremely important, is also to make sure that the city allocate the counterpart funding in order to meet all the requirements which will be related to issues such as, for example, land acquisition, resettlement, because we're talking about infrastructure, in order to make sure that those are being done timely and preferably even ahead of time, so that the implementation of those infrastructure are smooth. Third element which will be important to pay attention will be related, for example, to the safeguards, and to make sure that really the project implementation comply with the standard safeguards of the World Bank. When it comes, for example, to the respect of environment, how to make sure that the project generate as less possible inconveniences to the population, noises, dust, especially during the construction phase. But also to pay attention when it comes to the resettlement, to make sure that people who will be affected by the project really benefit from a very well organized framework through which compensation, if any, will be timely done, resettlement, if any, will be timely done, so that no delay is being occurred during the implementation. And the fourth and last element which I wanted to insist for Thái Nguyên to pay attention is that while we know that currently the PMU, the project management unit, which was put in place, have experience from the P4R project, there are some nitty-gritty related to this project, which is an IPF, which they need to learn by doing. So it will be important for them in this learning path to work very closely with the World Bank team, and to make sure that also whenever needed, we will be here to provide them the necessary guidance and support for a successful implementation. So Thái Nguyên need to know that they are not alone on this process. We are fully committed, we are fully engaged with Thái Nguyên, and we are a trusted partner to Thái Nguyên in order to make this project and many more to come successful.
Yes. As I know that during this visit to Thái Nguyên, you have checked project
Yes.
which World Bank has invested in the province.
Right.
How do you think about the operation of this project?
The World Bank has 17 projects
Yes.
in Thái Nguyên. 6 of them are being implemented by the province. And from what was reported to me, all those projects are on track. I want really to thank Thái Nguyên. I want to thank their leadership. I want to thank them for all the efforts they are making in order to meet their commitment. So, from what I have seen is all sub-projects currently going on in the P4R have been successful so far. And this combines a number of elements which I believe are going to make the city even more successful, moving forward. So if you combine those sub-projects with the dynamic cities which is coming, I think this offers a very good platform for Thái Nguyên to look at its city infrastructure, its urban planning, urban development in such a comprehensive way that by implementing successfully all those sub-projects, they can generate benefits, not only for people living in Thái Nguyên city, but also across the provinces. And by doing so, we see here an opportunity to generate even benefits which can spill over to other provinces. And this is one of our objectives, really, to work very closely with Thái Nguyên to focus on key priorities, which at the end of the day is going to make the city more livable, more resilient, clean and attractive, competitive, and become de facto a center of excellence in attracting investment, but also in making their citizens happy and proud of their city and their province.
Yes. Thanks for your sharing. And I also hope that Thái Nguyên will continuously implement effectively the project assisted by World Bank and will receive more support from World Bank in the coming time. Once more time, thank you for joining our program today.
Thank you for having me.